Mary's an old choir member just got
Yeah.
married.
Yep. Hey there.
Hey, how are you?
I saw you were in town.
Talk about stealing my thunder.
This is
That
Lisa
gone.
Hanson and her daughter and
Daughter's best friend.
friend.
Cool.
Used to attend here many years ago.
Many
Yep.
years ago, yes.
Her and Dan got married and was attending here for how many years?
Oh, probably 8 or 10.
8 or
All
10.
good, yeah, top 10.
Out of Cedarville College. So,
Yeah.
glad to have you back this morning.
Thank you, Bob.
You bet.
Good to be back.
Yes.
Can't do anything quietly around here, can we?
Sorry.
That's okay.
Very
We can't do anything quietly anyway. Never have. Okay. This is the oldest picture we could find of anybody in the choir. They're sitting in chairs because they're actually in the big Sunday school room because that's when we were turning the church around. That was back when I was fairly young. I can't remember exactly when it was. I just remember this floor being nothing but wood with no finish on it. And my grandfather saying, "Don't touch that floor." Anyway, so no, the next one, Uncle Bob. That's one of our Christmas groups. I always was next to Maxine. I always sat right here. This is my spot. It was great when Harmon was a baby because he would embarrass me every week. Especially when he took over children's church. But, and we have that group.
Who are in the?
Okay, that's me and Maxine next to me. Carrie Mae
Vicky.
and Vicky, which last name is Young now. I don't know.
Valley.
Valley, yeah. Pat Miller, Connie Henson, Peg Smith, Pat Parks, Linda Blosser, and above her is that John right behind her?
John
Yeah.
Foster, yes.
Okay, I can't see from this
Ted
angle.
Thompson.
Ted,
Bill Sullivan,
Bill.
Oh.
Mhm.
and Pastor Willie Mays. On the right.
It is?
Yep.
I thought that was Mark.
No,
Okay. Anyway, that's one of our groups. Okay, this is, sometimes we actually had the kids here singing with us too. This was practice for the one Christmas that we did. They held animals and we sang different songs. Do you remember when that was, Peg?
Oh, I'd have to identify some
Yeah.
of it.
The kid down here in the corner is my cousin Heather, Uncle Bob and Aunt Diane's daughter. I can't tell you who anybody else is because I can't see the picture very well. Okay, you can go. And practicing for another thing. We did lots of practicing. This was Church Mouse Christmas. And this is in here because even though this is mostly youth group, the choir is standing like over on the wall in the big Sunday school room. You recognize the carpet, right?
Is it new back then?
Huh?
Is the carpet new at that point in time?
No, that carpet was pretty old then. Yeah, I can't remember exactly when that carpet was put in, probably in the late 60s. But a lot of those kids you might recognize.
I'm one of them.
Yeah,
I think that's Amber in the front.
that's
isn't it?
Yeah.
there too. Yeah.
I think Sonny's in there.
And Sonny was just a baby.
I
Colin was little.
yeah.
But all the choir members, they had ears, they had mouse
Yeah.
ears and mouse tails too.
Mm-hmm.
That was my job. I did the mouse ears and the mouse tails.
I thought so.
I remember him being impressed with those ears.
They were head bands. She just stuck them.
Yeah. Okay, is that it? Then we also had special singing groups. Ted was always one of the favorite ones. And Connie Henson, Carrie Mae Taylor, Paul,
Phyllis J.
and Phyllis J. And let's see. Then another thing I got to tell you about, Peg will remember this. Back before we had all these different cabinets up here to store stuff in, we had a series of posters all along the front of the choir so we could look at something while we're sitting there. One of them I remember the most is this picture of a puppy with his head in a pitcher or in a milk jug or something. It said the stupidity of your actions is equal to the number of people watching. That has stuck with me forever. But that's, and we also had Cedarville students in the choir a lot, like Dan and Grace. And I can't remember her name now, but she used to stand on the pew in the middle of the church here to direct the choir because she was so short. Remember who that was? It was after you guys were older. I can't remember her. I can't remember her name. She was in nursing. I remember that.
It's strange seeing a window in that scene.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
weird.
that's back before the
That's where it
addition was put on with the bathrooms. That was back when the women's bathroom was like this big. That's what it felt like
My
anyway.
closet's right where the bathrooms used to be.
Who's the man in that picture?
Ted Thompson.
That is Ted Thompson.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that was back when Alyssa was a baby, because Phyllis and Merle J were Merle was the pastor and Phyllis was his wife. And that's when Alyssa was born back then. But yeah. Is that the last picture of Bob?
That was the last picture.
Okay. Okay, so I'm done.
Well, choir actually started in the 30s.
Yeah, it's, well, 1927 is what I found out. Yeah, so it's not quite as old as the church, but yeah, and there's been a lot of people in the choir that over the years. Actually, there were 4 generations of my family in it. My grandmother sang in the choir, my mother sang in the choir, I sang in the choir, and Becca did too when she was still in high school and college, because she went to Whitmer. Yeah, so, and there were lots of family groups in the choir. Lots of couples sang in the choir. John and Linda Blosser. I can't think of any others off the top of my head. But I remember the back row was always the problems. They were the guys. And one of the best things about choir was that no matter what else was happening in your life during that week, Wednesday night was great because you could let it go.
Jim Stickley always did.
Yeah, Jim Stickley was here. He was assistant principal at Greenon for a while. When they lived here, he was in the choir.
Now, who played the music for the choir?
This lady right here, she played the organ. Yeah, this piano wasn't here then. We didn't have any piano there for a while. But yeah, we had quite a few people in the choir. Pat Miller directed for a long time. And then other people started directing. I can't think of anything else to tell you about. So that's my presentation.
I was hoping you had the picture of the, I was hoping you had the picture of the Christmas program where Bobby was a flying angel.
No one had a camera that night.
You can tell it upset him too. We've had several angels fly during programs around here, including Colin.